Derbyshire Artsword.
Hello and welcome to Artsword. Now, as you can probably see, we're not in our usual studio location. We are coming to you today live from Belper Goes Green Festival, and we have had a fantastic morning. I'm just having a sit down in these ridiculously comfy chairs, and I'm lucky enough to have bumped into Sue Reaney. Hello, Sue.
Hello, Fliss.
Thank you for coming and sitting with me and having a chat.
Not at all.
Now, Sue is a director of theatre, and she is going to be bringing us a wonderful piece of theatre later this year in Belper. So, Sue, can you tell people who are watching Artsword about this fabulous production, Bloody Mary?
Okay, Bloody Mary. I'm sure everybody from history remembers Mary Tudor, our first Queen Regnant of England, who has a huge reputation for killing lots of people. I think nearly 300 in total, which is quite something.
Yeah.
But the play is not primarily about her being bloody. It is about the character of Bloody Mary. It is about Mary Tudor, a fascinating character. We don't really understand what Mary Tudor went through.
No.
She was very young when her father parted company with Catherine of Aragon and moved on to Anne Boleyn. And from that moment on, she was declared illegitimate and put away. So she had no contact with her father, no contact with court, and more importantly, no contact with her mother whatsoever. So from that age until when her mother died, she never saw her mother at all.
Gosh.
She never had any contact with women. Going through puberty, she never had any help, any advice, and she was just left there.
So is this really then about peeling away those layers of a public facade?
Yeah.
Because nowadays we're very much faced with celebrity and public faces. But this is about looking at something much more personal.
Very personal. And it is about the time from before she becomes queen to her death.
Yeah.
So we're talking 5 years, that's all.
Wow.
And in that time, she becomes queen. She has to manage a country. She gets married. She falls hopelessly in love, but it's not reciprocated. And eventually dies of a broken heart, as well as other complications as well. So it's not a happy story.
Now, I may have heard somewhere along the grapevine that the style in which you're doing this is going to be something different, because people may think, oh, the Tudors, medieval period, big costume dramas, which is great, and people do really enjoy that, but it has been done a lot. But I'm thinking you may be going down a different route.
That's true. We did talk about this, George Gunby, who has written the play, and myself quite considerably, and we decided that it would actually be better if we concentrated on what was actually happening with the characters rather than get detracted by men in tights and big frocks. So,
men in tights are distracting.
Yes, very distracting, and cod pieces and things like that. So we thought, no. So we're going down a slightly different route, but hopefully it will be very in keeping. There are lots of resonances between what is happening in our country now and the reign of Mary Tudor, and I want to bring that forward.
Yeah, that political connection.
Definitely.
So, it's 500 years ago, but actually things are very similar in some ways.
We never learn from history. We just repeat ourselves again and again.
Now, you mentioned, of course, that George Gunby wrote this fantastic play.
Yeah.
When you read the script, what was it that drew you to say, yes, I'm going to direct this?
Well, I didn't have a script when I agreed to do it. George just pitched the idea to me of what he wanted to do, and I was very keen to do it, because actually we've not had an awful lot of productions, either in the theatre or film, about the life of Mary Tudor.
She's somewhat forgotten.
She is, very much forgotten, and yet a lot of things actually happened and were put into law during her reign that we still have.
Yeah.
So she did do quite a good job.
She sounds like a fascinating woman.
She is fascinating, and she laid the groundwork for Elizabeth, who was going to take sort of being a queen to another level.
Yeah, and of course we know a lot about Elizabeth. She took that centre stage. There was the glamour. But as you say, Mary had laid those foundations, and as a woman at the time as well, that is quite a sensational thing that has been missed in history.
That's it, and there had never been a queen who was actually crowned before.
Yeah.
So she went through the coronation, she pledged her life to do the best she could for the country, and she tried to keep to that until she met Philip of Spain, and then things went a bit pear-shaped.
Well, I think it sounds a completely fascinating play. So let's get down to the details, Sue. When is it? Where is it? How do people come along and see it?
Okay, we are actually performing on the 17th of November this year, which is a milestone because it is, and George is going to hate me because I've forgotten how many years it is since Mary actually died. So it is her death day that we're performing on.
Yeah.
And incidentally, just a little snippet, not many people know this. Mary is actually buried beneath Elizabeth I in Westminster Abbey.
Really?
Yes, the two sisters, two half-sisters, are buried together. No formal effigy for Mary, a glorious one for Gloriana, but the two sisters are buried together. So that's an interesting snippet. But the 17th of November this year at St Peter's Church, 7:30. You can buy your tickets from tomorrow at Oxfam in Belper. So take advantage of the early bird because you'll get cheaper tickets.
Always good.
And come along, see it, and we'll have some exciting things for you. Something to make you laugh, something to make you cry, something to go away thinking about.
Fantastic. St Peter's Church in Belper is the location. It's a gorgeous place to perform in. You will have a wonderful time. It's an incredible story that Sue is bringing to us through George's script with a great cast. There'll be music. It will be a really entertaining night. So thank you, Sue, for talking to us. I'm really excited about it.
Good.
And I urge you, come along, see Bloody Mary.
Derbyshire Artsword.
Derwent Valley on demand.